And now, views and interviews from the world of technology. Coming up, Sky News Tech Talk with Holloman.
I'm Peter Mehring, CEO and President of Intelleflex. We're based in Santa Clara, California, and we produce a hardware solutions platform that is used in cold supply chain condition monitoring of products. There's a small hardware component, that goes with each product. We call it a tag. It's about the size of a business card, a little thicker, about a ½ inch thick, and that gets put into the middle of the product to measure the core condition, whether it's temperature, humidity, shock, vibration. In the cold supply chain, it's primarily temperature. It's a small component. And then there's, just like in wireless, there's access points used at different locations. We supply both what's known as a fixed access point, which looks much like a little Wi-Fi router, and there's also a handheld component. In the supply chain, they tend to use more rugged handhelds supplied by the likes of Motorola, and we offer an RFID component to that enables it to read our tags and display directly on the handheld the results of reading it. And so both of those types of products are used to access the data from each of the pallets.
It's such a big business opportunity and so much money is being lost every year. Why has no one thought of this before?
People have, and people are trying to address this problem with other types of sensors and monitors in the supply chain, but they tend to be very expensive, so they don't deploy very broadly. $50 to $100 per case of product or pallet of produce. It's just too expensive to be used. And they can't be used in transit. You can't read the value without unpacking it, taking out the monitor and plugging it into your computer. And what we offer is both a better value at a lower price, but also we can read the product wirelessly from within. Often within the pallet of produce, it's very difficult to get a wireless signal out because the produce is very high water content, it's very dense, and the pharmaceuticals have heavy insulated material packaging it. And we've overcome that, and it's one of the breakthroughs we offer is a wireless way to read that, and yet still operate within the supply chain, and so it can maintain the product profile from the very beginning, from a harvest or from manufacturing all the way through delivery. And at any stage, if there's a handoff, you can read the current state without any unpacking, and then reprioritize the product. We filed 62 patents to date, 16 of which have issued already, and many of them are what would be called blocking patents. But we're a big believer in promoting an ecosystem around this solution. And so we've already offered, through the International Standards Organization, the ISO standards, to offer these patents royalty-free to users that offer what's known as reciprocity, where they offer their patents to the same pool royalty-free to promote growth and engagement in the marketplace. So we have a very large patent portfolio, especially for a small company, a startup, but we're trying to use that to promote adoption and growth and allow the customers to be confident this will be a lasting standard. The big idea is much of what we provide today, what we call the supply chain of delivering, again, whether it's fresh food, it goes through many hands. It travels from a grower to a broker to a wholesaler to a retailer, different transport companies, and many of them don't share data. Quite frankly, even in today, much of their process is paper-based. They're writing down inventory lists and checking in, checking out. The big step going up is to move all of that into the cloud. Is to say, no matter where you are, the data is collected and there's a single view through a web portal that allows you to know the condition of each product real time, no matter which company you're at.